Good morning. Today is Tuesday, July 26th, day 156. The weather's looking quite nice outside, so we will finally get to summit Mount Washington today. I'm very excited. But first, since we paid for breakfast, I'm going to stay and demolish some breakfast and get myself all the fuel that I need to tackle this last mile and a half up to the summit. And then I can't wait to get up there to eat some more. I want a chili hot dog. And yeah, I can't wait to be done with this whole hut situation because I'm kind of irritated by it. I don't want to stay in any more huts. So, that being said, let's make today a great one, or whatever, I don't know. All right, here we go. Final ascent up to the summit of Mount Washington. And we are hoping that those clouds clear up by the time we get up there, so that we can take in all of this view. Bye, hut. Thank you for the warning. We're getting pretty close to the summit, less than a half mile away at this point. I'm so tired. Can't wait to get up there. And it's super foggy, but it feels pretty good outside. So it's definitely a good decision waiting until today. Oh my gosh. I wish I had fresh legs. My legs are so tired. All the time. But once I do this once, I never have to do it again. And I will not. All right, I'll see y'all at the top. We made it to the summit and there's no line. Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. There you have it. I don't have to do any more climbs this big again for the rest of this hike. And I'm happy about that. And thank God I'm not getting blown to smithereens right now. Look, there's a train coming. So people who can't hike up Mount Washington still have a way to get up here. Look at that. Okay, it's really slow. So that was a nice rest break up on top of Mount Washington. And it was jam-packed with people, but that's okay. I'm ready to get off this mountain. I'm ready to be done with the presidentials. I know Prof and Gumby left a little bit before me, and they were gonna go up and over the rest of the mountains in this range. They're like little side trails off the AT that take you up and over the rest of the presidentials, but I don't really feel I need to do that. The views are all gonna be the same. I don't care. So I'm just going to stay on the AT, which is the easier route for once. And I just want to get to camp so I can wrap up this day. Not sure if y'all can see those little trams going up the mountain. Those, well, they literally go all the way down to the bottom. I think that's so cool. And this view, goodness gracious, that's so pretty. Yo, do y'all see these freaking mountains? The whites are something else. Look, up there is Mount Washington. Can't see it anymore because it's now covered in clouds. But you can sort of see the road over there where it winds down the mountain. This is something, all right. Yo, if you're afraid of heights, I need you not to freak out. Look at this. It's literally standing on the side of a mountain. And there's nothing but that huge drop behind me. And it's nothing but rocks. Does anyone talk about how rocky the whites are? I feel like we are back in Rocksylvania. Look at this. All boulders. It is quite painful. My feet hurt, my ankles hurt, my toes hurt. Look at it, it's just rocks. The trail is literally rocks. That's where I came from, rocks. Just made it up and over the final peak in this presidential range, Mount Madison. Now we've got a long, steep 2.5 miles down to the campsite. Doesn't that look fun? Good morning, everyone. It is 7 a.m. on Wednesday, July 27th, day 157. I'm just leaving the campsite where we stayed last night, Osgood campsite. So today, well, for right now, we are hiking about 4.8 miles to get to the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center. Now, we have been told that they serve breakfast in the morning and it's all you can eat. So as long as you get there before 9, I believe, you should be able to get some. So I know Professor, Prof, and Gumby are planning to take advantage of that. I'm not really big on breakfast, especially not when I'm not the one cooking it. Like, I can't eat everybody's eggs. I can only eat the eggs that I cook. Like, I fix them the way that I like them, and that's how I eat them. And yeah, I don't know. I'll see when I get there. But I also need to pick up a few items there. I hear that they have a light resupply because we are going to take the next couple days getting through this next little range of the whites, which is, I think, known as the Wildcats. So that'll be a couple more days, and I have like a day and a half worth of food on me right now, and I just need to grab like a few more things to stretch it to like 2.5 days. So I'll probably spend a few hours at the visitor center because I also need to charge my power bank, which I use to charge up my phone at night. I pretty much ran out of battery life on my power bank like the day before yesterday. And so once we got up to the summit of Mount Washington yesterday, we sat inside the visitor center for a bit and I charged up a little bit there. But my power bank takes a long time to charge, so I only really got like 25% battery life on it. And so I was able to charge my phone up last night, but I need to get it back into an outlet to charge some more to get me through these next couple of days. Otherwise, I will not be vlogging because my phone is gonna die. But after these next couple of days, we'll be going into Gorham, New Hampshire, just to regroup, resupply, shower, and do laundry. And then we will look to finish up New Hampshire in the next few days. We only have about 40 miles left, and I am very excited to move on to the 14th and final state, which is Maine. So that'll be coming soon. So yeah, that's pretty much all for now. I don't think it'll be a super interesting hike to the visitor center, so I'm just gonna try to knock it out since the terrain is a little easier than what we've seen over the last few days. So I'll catch you on a little bit. All right, so I'm about 5 miles in on the day so far. Just took a little break here at the Pinkham Notch Visitor Center. And we've got some more miles to put in today. Here we go again. Another steep ass, rocky ass climb up to Wildcat Peak. I really hate this trail so much. I hate New Hampshire. I hate it all. I want to get out of here. I definitely didn't eat enough today.
There's one more like climb out of Carter Notch.
But that was the first of the two.
Okay, I mean, there's gonna be more climbs.
But that was
like steep.
There's two like significant ones.
I thought it was steeper.
That was the first one. Yeah.
Me too.
Breathe it in.
So we officially made it up to the top of this first peak in this Wildcat range. And just across the way, you can see the presidentials, which we just finished yesterday. Right up there is Mount Washington. And of course, today it's as clear as ever. And it's been clear all day. Then you can see Jefferson, Clay, Adams, and what's the other one? Madison over there. It's about 3:15 in the afternoon. Just took a little 30-minute lunch break at the Carter Notch hut. And thankfully, that is the last hut on the AT. Really wasn't a big fan of them. And I felt like they could do a little more for through hikers, but it is what it is. So I have another like 7 miles to do today to get to, what is it, Imp campsite or whatever. The first mile of these next 7 miles is another big climb up to Carter Dome Peak, or whatever it is. This is the last big climb of the day. Thankfully, I'm so worn out, and I'm tired of this feeling right here. When I'm breathing all heavy, my legs feel like they just want to fall off. I'm tired of it. Every day, I'm tired of it. Can't wait to finish this shit. Fuck the whites. Fuck New Hampshire. Fuck all of this. Fuck these views. There's a view up there. I don't care. Not one bit. It never fucking ends.
The ball faces? Oh yeah, the no pool was right there. Yes, we came in this way, and then we took, yeah, the slippery brick trail that we took over the east end, I think it was.
So there's another, well, I mean, that's further away, but.
8 miles, and then if you just forget that you did them,
Yeah.
it's basically 0.
Exactly.
Okay.
He gets it. He knows.
The body type is trying to get early. I don't know how far it is.
I like your love screen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
Will request all I want for Christmas is you, all times of year. And so I tried to like bring that to my grad school time. It didn't go well, but every time I went to Hostel, I got one of those juice boxes. People didn't like it.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, July 28th, day 158. We are going into town today, so I'm very happy about that. So I'm just leaving Imp campsite. I am the last to leave yet again. I'm so good at this game of being the last to leave. And it's not even 8 o'clock yet in the morning, so you know, just goes to show that ain't nothing changed. So yesterday we ended up doing about 15, close to 16 miles. And it was a hard 16 miles. I mean, the whites are no joke and they do not let up. But I knew that the hard day yesterday would equal a payoff today because we only have to do 8 to get down to the road. And my favorite caretaker Trix from Garfield Ridge Shelter a few days ago, she sent me a message on Instagram offering to come pick us up and take us into town. So I'm taking her up on that. And yeah, can't wait to get into town. The 4 of us booked a hotel room for tonight, and there's a McDonald's right next door, so I'm getting a sweetie meal. But yeah, I'm excited to have a short day today, even though we're starting with this climb up Mount Moriah. I'm so sick of climbing. I'm so sick of these 4,000 footers. I'm sick of the whites. I'm sick of New Hampshire. I'm sick of all of it, honestly. And even though I sort of enjoy the crowd that I'm around a lot more than the crowd that I sort of started the trail with, I still find that I'm not really connecting, not really fitting with a lot of these people. Not really fitting with most of these people. And I've just come to accept that that's what it's going to be. I am me, and everyone else is who they are. So it is what it is. I'm ready to wrap this through hike up. I can't wait to get to Katahdin so I can go home and be done with this. So I guess that's all I have for now. I'll see y'all shortly. So I don't know about y'all, but for me, these mountains have gotten real old real fast. I definitely think that the whites is better done in sections as opposed to a through hike, because it's just like everything looks the same after a couple days and you just get sick of all the climbing, or at least I do.
In my opinion, also the vibe is weird. It's very weird. But like, one of the people who worked there told me I could do a worker stay. So I like stayed all day thinking, and I was like, when is this, like, when am I gonna do this work? I'd rather get it out of the way now. And he was like, oh, like soon, like later, it's later, it's later. And then,
I don't see why not.
It's cold. Can you do a flip in the pool?
No.
Can you do a backflip in the pool?
No.
What's even the point of going to the pool if you can't go flip in the pool?
So for those of you who have never seen a true hiker explosion before, this is pretty much what happens when multiple thru hikers split a hotel room. Oh my God, this is so messy. So we've been here in Gorham, New Hampshire for several hours now. We did laundry, went to Walmart, obviously, to do our resupply. We went out and got something to eat, and I'm the first one back to the room. And I just walked in, and this mess completely hit me. But it's getting a little late, so I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. Thankfully, we're not like super in a rush to leave in the morning, so we'll be able to sleep in a little bit and sort of take our time getting out of town. But yeah, we've got a mess to clean up in the morning for sure. Taking off today on Friday, July 29th, day 159. Sad to leave the hotel with the pool and the hot tub, but gots to keep moving. Hopefully today will not kill me, but we'll have to see about that. Don't want to get my feet wet right now. So it is time for yet another native land acknowledgement. For pretty much all of New Hampshire, we have been hiking through Wabanaki and Abenaki lands. And we have just now entered, I think I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but I believe it's Arosa-Guntakuk territory. So it looks like this covers a good portion of at least the southern half of Maine. And with that being said, today is also our last full day in New Hampshire. And depending on how we feel, we will either be crossing into Maine towards the end of the day today or first thing tomorrow morning. So that's exciting. Maine is the 14th and final state on this Appalachian Trail through hike. And I'm super excited, even though Maine is like the second biggest state as far as AT miles are concerned, right behind Virginia. But you know, we've come this far. My little tramley pretty much has a plan to get us through the rest of the trail and up to Katahdin. So in about 2.5 or 3 weeks, something like that, we will be summiting and completing this journey. And y'all know I have been stoked for that for quite a while now. We've got blueberries. So many, so many. Prof is gonna love this.
Mm-hmm.
So today's a pretty easy day. We're only doing about 11 miles to this Gentian Pond campsite, or Gentian, however it's pronounced.
Look at the size of the blueberry I just found.
We're taking a little break. Oh, Neo's taking a break. Right at 1900.
Look how big this is. It's the size of a grocery store blueberry. I'm gonna eat it. Oh gosh.
So we are about 10 miles in on the day, and we have about a half a mile to get to Gentian shelter where we are stopping for the night. I love these low mileage days, even though they still aren't the easiest, but I don't think the trail is really gonna be that easy for the remainder. Yeah, hasn't really been much to see, and the trail is a bit rough and rugged, and we've heard that Maine is pretty rugged and the trail isn't like super well maintained, and it seems like this last like 15 miles of New Hampshire is a precursor to that. So we've been getting smacked in the face and arms and legs with tree branches all day and having to push past all this brush, and that's annoying. But I guess I got to deal with it for another 290 miles or whatever.
Maybe 10 minutes ago. It's not too long.
Waiting for my moment. All right, y'all. Today is Saturday, July 30th. It is day 160. And today's the day. We are going to Maine. All right, so we are off today. The plan is to do about 12 miles to a campsite, which I cannot think of the name of it. Gumby and Prof, for some reason, feel the need to get up at the crack of dawn and leave at like 6 a.m. Why, I don't know. Yesterday, we started at 10:30 in the morning and we did 10 miles, taking our time, taking it easy, and we still finished by like 4. So I don't know why they feel the need to get up super early today, but that's their business. Today should be pretty cool. We are officially crossing the state line into Maine today. I'm so excited to be done with New Hampshire. Hate it. I don't hate the state of New Hampshire. I just hate the trail in New Hampshire. with my tired legs. These steep rocky climbs, steeper descents were a mess. Yeah, one more state to go and I cannot wait to get it done. Baby, it has been a long time and I'm exhausted. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm a little tired because I had a little trouble sleeping last night. I just sort of had a lot on my mind. Yesterday, Prof and I sort of got into this conversation about an Instagram post that I made a couple days ago where I was pretty much talking about how when it comes to like the thru hiker community and what's presented within that community, I was pretty much saying that everything that you see related to thru hiking is pretty white centric. The entire 5 months and some change that I've been out here, I've been paying attention. All I see out here are white people. All I see in all of the towns that the trail goes through are white people. All I see on social media are smiling white faces, happy white trail families or tramleys, groups of all white people sitting in a parking lot receiving trail magic. Like, you rarely see a single image of a black person or a person of color in this thru hiking space. And that has bothered me the entire time that I've been out here. And it has contributed to me feeling like I don't really belong in this community, or I don't think this community fully acknowledges people who are not white. That's how I feel. You can take it how you want. I don't really care. But I made a post pretty much saying that. And so Prof started asking me some questions about why I feel like there aren't more people of color out here, or what the thru hiking community could do more of or do better. And I've gotten that question several times. Basically, I don't have all the answers. But my main focus is to speak to my own people, my black people, my people of color, my indigenous people, my queer people. All I'm pretty much going to say is, we need you all. We need you out here. I need you out here. You all have been, watching my hike and following this whole experience, and you've seen all the things that I've felt. You've heard me talk about all the things that I feel. And pretty much, I feel like my hike would have gone a whole lot differently if the tables were turned and if there were more black people and people of color and queer people than there were cishet white people. That's just how I feel. That's what I believe. And I mean, I pay attention. I see how easy it is for all of these white people out here to form this instant camaraderie when they see each other. I see how easy it is for them to feel like they belong when they are surrounded by 95% of people who look exactly like them and in some way share a similar life experience. I have rarely had that. In the last 1,900 miles, 5 months and some change, I have probably seen and interacted with maybe 6 other black people in person. 6. And there were over 4,000 people who touched the trail this year. If I add that to the number of black people and people of color who I've met on social media who are also on trail this year, it probably makes about 20 to 25 total. That is nothing. So I'm pleading to black people, pleading to people of color, pleading to indigenous folks, pleading to queer folks. Please just show up. We need you. I need you. It has been very lonely without you. And I hope that in future years we can see the tide start to shift and we can see the playing field start to even out a little bit. I'm tired of people mentioning to me, oh, you're like the only black person that I've seen on trail, or how does it feel to be one of so few? Like, I'm so sick of those questions. I've gotten them so much. I'm so sick of the funny looks that I get from people in town who aren't expecting to see someone who looks like me. Like, I'm tired of it. And all of that has played a huge role in my mental state throughout this hike. That's a big reason why I've struggled so much, on top of just feeling alone. So all of that was sort of on my mind last night, and I had trouble sleeping. And I just wanted to get that off my chest today. And I also want to mention that when we do start to show up, by no means do you have to complete a through hike to feel worthy or to feel like you belong. Because maybe we don't belong. Maybe we're supposed to do our own thing. Maybe we're supposed to form our own community within a community. I mean, that's always what we've had to do anyway. You don't have to finish a through hike, but just coming out, taking those first steps, like I said in episode 1, like the biggest thing is just getting to the starting point, and whatever happens after that doesn't really matter. Just come out, show your faces, be your true selves. Say what you feel. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody stop you from doing that. It hasn't stopped me. I've been myself this entire time. I've said whatever I felt. I've stayed true to me. I say things that ruffle some feathers, and I don't care. Feathers need to be ruffled. We see the country that we're living in, and we see what it is. So I hope that we can start to make a change. I hope that we can show up and, you know, claim a space that's rightfully ours. There are a good amount of folks already doing that, but we need more. We can't wait for organizations and companies to say it's okay, because they're looking out for profit. They're not looking out for us like that. But yeah, I also want to say, just guard yourselves, because this is still America. We have to watch our backs in a way that white people don't have to watch theirs. And you will definitely feel that in a lot of these small trail towns. So be careful. If you can find someone, find someone. If you'd rather do a solo trek like I am doing, just make sure your guard is up. But also, I still encourage you to be open, because you never know what you may receive by putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. If any of you are thinking about through hiking or thinking about hiking the AT, and you have questions or want to know certain things, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I got y'all. You can find my email somewhere in like my YouTube channel info, or maybe I'll just put it in this video. If y'all know my Instagram, y'all can find me on Instagram. I'll probably tag that in here too. Like, hit me up. I will reach back. I will put you on game to whatever info I have. Like, I'm here for y'all. Y'all are my people, and I'm gonna make sure that I create as much of a safe space for us as I possibly can. So I'm happy to leave you all with that message. And my arm is very tired, so from holding this phone. So I've got to put this away and get back to hiking. you doing? All right, check it out. Finally made it to Maine. The last state on this damn hike. I'm still not done yet, but I'm happy that there will be no more state crossings. This is it, the final stretch, and then I can go home and never return. So I'm not even gonna hold you. It does feel really good to finally be here in Maine, the last state. We have about 282 miles left to Katahdin, and I am so excited to get it done. That sign is the only thing on my mind at this point, so I'm gonna push and push and push until I make it there. But yeah, it's a huge relief and a huge weight off my shoulder to know that there are no more state crossings. Like, this is it. This is it. I just want everybody to know that making it to Maine does not mean things get easier. It's taken me over 5 hours to hike 8 miles today. And I'll be ending the day through Notch, which is known as the slowest mile on the AT. So it'll probably take me 1.5 to 2 hours to do that last mile. So this stuff is tricky.
Can I be in the YouTube? You can be in the YouTube. Do you want to say something?
Okay, so here we go.
You should just do YouTube too.
The next mile of this trail is Mahoosic Notch, which I feel is going to be probably one big nightmare.
It's gonna be great.
I'm not excited, but I'm going to get it over with, and we'll see how long it takes. So let's go. Okay, so I am starting the Mahoosic Notch at 2:35 p.m. and we shall see how long it takes me to get through this.
How did you get down there?
It's literally just a mile long. Just jump. That's what I did. It's literally just a mile long of like climbing over rocks, climbing under rocks, climbing through rocks. And I have a camera in my hand, which is probably not smart.
Yeah.
But it's all for content, so y'all better be grateful. Ooh, this is gonna be a mess.
Somebody bit it right there. There's a bunch of blood.
So I'm not going to be recording much more because I am already looking at someone's blood. So I will see y'all later. Yeah, this looks like so much fun, doesn't it? That's what I'm looking at. Great stuff. So we made it through Mahoosic Notch. It took like an hour and 15 minutes. It wasn't a nightmare. I think I did pretty well. Carried 2 trekking poles the entire time because I was too lazy to strap them to my pack. But now we're about to start this climb up to our shelter for the night, which I don't want to do. Oh my goodness, today completely wore me out. There's just a lot of up and downs. But I made it to the top of this final climb of the day, which was very long and very steep. And I believe I am less than a mile away from the shelter. So I'm very happy about that. Yay, I made it to camp. And I'm finished for the day. This is always my favorite time of the day, when I'm finished hiking. Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, July 31st, day 161, and I am just leaving Speck Pond Shelter. I'm the last one to leave the shelter today, so I win. And the reason why I was the last to leave is because I was sort of kicking it with the caretaker this morning. So I didn't tell y'all this, but in that presidential section, when we stayed at Mitzvah Hut, the caretaker there was a brother. The first black caretaker that I've ever seen. And I think he might be the first black caretaker, period. I could be wrong. His name is Caleb. And, you know, as soon as we see each other, we already know what's good. So, I first saw him back in the presidentials, and then I guess for this shift that he's on now, he was stationed here at Speck Pond. So it was good to see him again. And he sat around and talked to us last night while we were making dinner. And then this morning, me and him just sort of struck up a conversation because, you know, haven't had a whole lot of conversations with black people on trail. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, he's cool as hell. And I wish that I had somebody like him to hike with. This experience would have been so different just based off the conversation alone. Bitch, when I tell you, I would have really been turning the fuck up. Yeah, it felt really good to talk to him. We exchanged numbers, and I do plan on hitting him up. He was talking about like hiking like some sections of the CDT, Ozarks Trail, some other stuff that I also want to do. So it would be cool to do it with somebody who I know is with the shit. So yeah, that felt pretty good. And I'm also glad that today is gonna be an easier, lower mileage day. Yesterday was a lot. Like, I think we did about 13 miles going through Mahoosic Notch, which was challenging. And then we've had a lot of ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, and they've been pretty steep and pretty rocky. Like currently, I'm going up this, which is steep and rocky, and I'm already tired. And I literally just started. But yeah, it does not get easier when you cross into Maine. Let me just tell you that. Southern Maine is just as challenging, if not more challenging, as the whites. But yeah, that left me in really good spirits today. Pretty much everything that I was saying to him and everything that I've been talking about, like for the duration of my through hike, he just immediately got it. And I was like, thank you, finally. Somebody gets it. So yeah, I'm excited to see if we can like work some shit out at a later date. Of course, I'm gonna need a little bit of time to recruit from this shit, but yeah, I'll be ready to go. So to start off the day, we are finishing up this climb up Spec, what is it, Old Spec or whatever. There's a lookout tower up here, and it looks like the sun is trying to come out, so might get some nice views. But things are getting a little challenging right now. I have to climb up these rocks, so gotta put the phone away, but I'll see y'all in a bit. At this point, we're about 2.5 miles away from the shelter. Just have to climb up this stupid shit up ahead. I'm really so sick of mountains. So this is our third and final steep climb of the day. It's only 0.3 of a mile, but seriously, what the fuck is this? This is fucking ridiculous. And I hate every second of it. Maine, I hate you. Congratulations. Jesus Christ. My body is running on fucking fumes. That's where we just came from. Like, how do they... We are humans, not fucking mountain goats. Why do they think that we can walk straight up the side of a rock with these fucking bags on? Look, I don't care what y'all gotta say about me complaining. This is what y'all gonna get for the rest of this goddamn hike if they keep on with this stupid ass shit. Like, this is fucking stupid. So stupid. I will never, ever, 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 ever again in my life hike this trail again. Not in this lifetime, not in the next one, not in the one after that. Bitch, fuck this. So Gumby decided that he wants to do 20 miles today. Anything that we plan to do, he always seems to want to try to stretch it into a little more. And at this point, I'm like, you do what you want. I don't care. You won't see me. We're all going to be at the same place tomorrow anyway, so whatever. I know y'all can't tell this, but every step up is basically knee in my chest because that's how big these rock slabs are. So it's really hard to take a step up. I almost have to like bounce on my toes a couple times to get some momentum because just like pushing yourself up with nothing is so hard. Yeah, bitch. Never again. Never. All right, no more climbing today. Go to hell. All right, so we finally made it to this Fry Notch shelter or whatever the hell it's called. Oh yeah, Fry Notch Lane 2 right there. So we did about, what, 10.8, almost 11 miles today. Not mad at that, because I'm tired. And tomorrow we only have about 14 miles. And then we get to take another 0 on Tuesday, which I can't wait for. At this point, 0s are the only redeeming quality of this hike for me. I love not hiking. So tonight for dinner, I'm pretty much scrounging with whatever I have left, which at this point is pretty much like a peanut butter tortilla wrap. And we're also back to hanging food bags. So fun stuff. Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, August 1st, day 162, I believe. It is around 7 o'clock in the morning, and I am just leaving the Fry Notch Lean-To where we stayed last night. So today should be a somewhat easier day than the last several days. We're doing about 14.5 miles to get to not Fry Notch, this road. And we're gonna be picked up by a shuttle and we'll be taken to the Human Nature Hostel where we will be zeroing tomorrow. I'm very happy to be taking a 0 because my body needs it. Yeah, I'm so tired. My body is exhausted. And this shit is not getting any easier. And it's pissing me off. Honestly, I'm so happy that we are stopping in Andover and taking a 0. I have finally ordered my 5th and final pair of shoes. And I will be swapping these shoes out at the hostel. I'm pretty impressed that I was able to put about 975 miles on these shoes. These are the Topo Ultra Pincher 2s. And when I tell y'all, I have worn these out. Like, there is absolutely no tread left. I have been slipping and sliding and stumbling and falling all through the whites and southern Maine. But these shoes carried me a long way. I picked them up back in Front Royal, Virginia, which was like before I even hit mile 1,000. And now I'm almost at mile 1940. So it's pretty crazy, but I'm also pretty ready to get rid of these because my feet hurts. My feet are so sore. Like, I can't take it anymore. I'm tired of slipping and sliding on everything. There's no more tread, no more cushion. And yeah, it's time to scrap these babies. And I'll give y'all a closer look once I actually receive my new pair. And hopefully they'll be in the mail at the post office when I get to town, either today or tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just ready to get rid of these and to walk somewhat comfortably again, because this has not been pleasant. Here's our view for the day from the top of Wyman Mountain. Doesn't look much different from yesterday, does it? Not to me, it doesn't. Guess what? The day is over! 14 miles done. We're at the road, waiting to get picked up by the shuttle so we can go to the hostel and enjoy a zero. I love zeros. Just waiting on Prof to get here, and then we pretty much have to sit here for an hour because the next scheduled pickup is 4 o'clock. So, guess we'll be here for a while, and I don't have any food, and I'm starving. I'm sorry, y'all, I couldn't pull my phone out fast enough. But I fucked this burger up. It was so good.
Can I have another one?
So we are here at the Human Nature Hostel. Neo and I are about to try out these outdoor showers. And look, we get a shower with a view of all of the brutal mountains that we just climbed. Pretty sweet. That's so pretty. Oh yeah. Good morning, y'all. It's about 9:15 a.m. on Tuesday, July 2nd, day 163. Me and the crew, Prof, Gumby, Neo, we are zeroing here at the Human Nature Hostel in Andover, Maine. This is one of the cooler hostels that we've stayed at on the entire AT, because this home that we're in is actually a geodesic dome. It was built by a former thru hiker and a multiple season cast member on the show Naked and Afraid. His name is Ryan. I think his trail name is White Owl. But he started this hostel, built this entire structure from the ground up with the intention of providing the service to hikers. And I have to say, this is one of the most relaxing environments on the entire trail. And there are only a couple of other hostels that I could truly compare to this place. So yeah, our only intention is to kind of relax today. Maybe try to recuperate a little bit from the whites and southern Maine, which have been quite daunting. Like, I'm exhausted. My feet are so sore. My ankles are sore. My legs are tired. I'm starting to feel some discomfort in my back. So not really planning on doing much of anything today. I think I do need to run into town a little bit later to hit up the post office because I ordered my 5th and final pair of shoes. I'm just picking up another pair of topos to finish out the trail with. As I explained the other day, I've had my current pair of shoes for about 970 miles at this point, and they are just completely done at this point. There's no more cushion, no more traction, no more tread or anything, so they're not really providing me much service at the moment, and they're just causing a lot of pain and discomfort. So it's time to switch them out. And I need to see if my shoes actually made it to the post office because Topo never sent me a tracking email. So I'll have to reach out to them. Yeah, I'm also a little sad. So I've still been talking to Gary Rocksteady. As you all can imagine, we got separated in the Whites because the terrain was just so challenging, and we both lowered our daily mileage, but Gary lowered his a lot more than I lowered mine. So at this point, he's about 4 days behind me on trail. And we've already had a conversation where we agreed that we both wanted to finish together. He reached out to me recently and said if there's any way we can make it happen, he does want to go through the 100-mile wilderness and summit Katahdin with me. And I had to make some tough decisions. You know, I'm with this family that I really like, but I've also sort of been with Gary since 100 miles in, back on Albert Mountain. And so I sort of feel like what feels right to me, like in my soul, in my heart, would be to summit Katahdin and finish this thing up with Gary, as opposed to my now Tramley. And I wish I could sort of have it both ways, but Gumby Prof and Neo are setting a more ambitious itinerary to get to Katahdin in the next couple of weeks. And I know that I'm not, well, I could do that if I wanted to, but I know that Gary wouldn't be able to do that. And I think I've pretty much been his only friend on trail. So I think it's only right that he finishes with someone. You know, I didn't want to finish this hike by myself, and I know he doesn't either. So that's just sort of what feels right to me. So over the next week or so, I'm going to be lessening my daily mileage, taking a few extra zeros, hopping between towns here in Maine, and I'm going to try to wait for him to catch up so then we can finish up this hike together. So like today, tomorrow, these will probably be the last couple of days that I spend with Prof, Neo, and Gumby. And I've already had this conversation with them, and they understand, even though I think they would prefer if I like just stuck with them and finished with them, and I wish I could. But I found that this is a part of through hiking. Sometimes you got to make some tough decisions. When you finally find people that you enjoy being around, sometimes you aren't meant to stay together for a long time. I haven't really stayed with anyone for that long, aside from Gary. We've always sort of been in the vicinity of one another, some way, somehow. And it just feels right. You know, Gary and I are both from Maryland. We only live 15 miles apart from each other, we realized. We both started on the same day. We met 100 miles in. We are very different, but also similar in certain ways. And he's a nice guy who means well. I think he can be a little misunderstood. And I feel like I can be a little misunderstood in this environment, especially. But yeah, he's someone who I could see myself keeping in touch with after this trail. He's someone who I've been able to rely on more than anyone else. And he's someone who's made an effort to, you know, hang around me, get to know me, spend time with me. He's like a loyal companion on this trail, where I feel like I haven't experienced that too much, or I haven't found that in others where I've tried to do that. And so, yeah, for now, I guess I'm just going to enjoy this 0. And I'll look forward to seeing him again in a few days. And I'll wish these guys good luck before we separate. So if I don't record anymore today, just know that I am relaxing. And this is the perfect place to do it.